Welcome back to the WDS Originals YouTube channel. My name's Jason, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you exactly how we S54 swapped our E36 for zero. That's right, zero. We've actually done this more than once, and every time it's cost us nothing. So you're going to get a nice simple 10-step guide as to how to replicate this yourself in today's video. So be sure to stick around, and of course if you enjoy the content, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and drop a comment down below letting us know your thoughts on today's video. But without further ado, let's get into step one. First, you need to assess your bank balance. And if you're anything like me, you soon realise you're pretty broke, which leads to a bit of disappointment. Now don't worry, because step two comes with the enlightenment. In this step, you're going to need to raise a little bit of money, but don't panic because this money will be paid back within a month or two. Okay, so everyone's situation is different and everyone will go about this differently. The amount of money that I suggest raising is approximately £10,000. Yes, this sounds a lot of money, but when you're going to be paying it back within 1 to 2 months, it's really not the end of the world. Everyone's circumstances are different, so everyone will choose to raise this in different ways. Some people may take a loan, whether that's from the bank or friends and family, or may touch their own personal savings. Now again, I'm going to emphasise not to stress over this part, as you are going to be paying that money back within 1 to 2 months, depending how quickly you complete this work. Now with this new funding, you're going to go and buy yourself an E46 M3. We've done this countless times and it is a proven method. As you can see here, we've got a convertible E46 M3 we bought for this particular project, and when we did the Techno Violet E36, we also bought a coupe. Now for some context, both of these two cars cost me less than £8,000 each, and one of them was actually bought in the height of COVID when the prices were super inflated. So if you look hard enough, you will find these cars out there for cheap. Yes, they will be run down, but that is exactly what you want as a donor vehicle. Now by now, I'm sure you've worked out what step 4 is, which is obviously strip down your E46 M3. You want to be keeping that S54 engine and getting ready for step 5, which is selling everything else. This process is the recuperation process and getting those pennies coming back in. Now realistically, you can do this in one of two ways. You could break everything individually, or you could sell parts more complete. Of course, each has its advantages and disadvantages according to what suits you best. Now, I personally always choose to be time efficient, so I tend to sell the rolling shell complete with panels and interior, and then take individual bits off, such as the LSDs and gearbox, to recoup some additional money. Now, typically, you're going to see anywhere between £6,500 to £12,000 back by doing this process. This leads us nicely to step 6, which is where you're going to remove your S50 engine from your current E36 M3. This engine should sell for anywhere between £4,000 to £6,000, and of course that gets added to the pot. Therefore, step number 7 is adding up exactly how much money you've got back. So realistically, adding the two together, you should see anywhere between £11,500 and £18,000 back. Of course, if you did this with an M52 E36 such as this one, you may well find that it's a little bit less, but it is still cost effective. Now we're on to step number 8, which is repaying that loan or putting that money back in savings or wherever it came from. Step number 9 is use any additional funds to finish the build. Here you can see us stripping the underside of the car, powder coating and polybushing, and adding all new braided lines. Of course, we refreshed the rod bearings on that S54 engine and carried out a general overhaul. Now for every S54 E36 that I've ever built, I've always managed to carry out that overhaul with the additional excess funds from selling the S50 engine and also the rest of the E46 M3 donor car. To me, it just makes more sense. You have the engine out of the car and you also may have some additional funding left over, so why not make your life easy and do some preventative maintenance rather than having issues further down the line. Now, if you guys do want to see the exact preventative maintenance schedule that I go through, there's plenty of S54 E36 videos on the channel. So feel free to head down to the description where you'll find a link to the playlist to take you to all the S54 swaps that we've done here at WDS Originals. And hopefully these build videos will give you a bit more confidence and a bit more understanding as to the exact parts that you're going to require to do this swap. You're going to need certain things like wiring harness adapters, and of course we go through all the costs and individual details of those parts in those videos. Now some of you may well be wondering what step 10 is, And step 10 is simply don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I want to thank you guys for watching today's video, and of course, as I say, if you want to see plenty more YouTube content on these E36s or BMW builds in general, there's plenty on the channel. Don't forget we're building that E30 M3 with the S62 supercharged V8 lump, and also that V10 DCT E92 M3. It's a bit of a tongue twister there, but there's plenty of content still to come. So I want to thank you again for supporting the channel and continuing to help us grow, and I look forward to seeing you on next week's episode.